Hello, Senior Stoner fans. It's the real Senior Stoner back at you for your Gpen Rome dab of the day. Today is Saturday. Hello, everyone. Before we get started with the topic of the day, I want to take a moment and acknowledge the deep loss that one of my YouTube friends has experienced. And I want to tell her that I'm there for her, and I really prayed for her last night, and I understand what she went through with the loss of a best friend pet. So my prayers are with you. You know who you are. Privacy issues, I'm not going to put it out there. I also want to please wish my other YouTube friend the best. He hasn't communicated with us. We know he has COVID. We hope it's not going too terribly. Please, you know who you are. We're praying for you. Let's get to the topic of the day. Consequences. Boy, consequences, they exist for absolutely every action. There is a reaction. We learned it in school. Guess what you don't do? You plan for the action. I'm going to go do it. You don't plan for what the reaction is going to be. You don't plan for the consequences. You lumber through. Everyone does it. The military, chess players, strategists with very important games play with consequences in mind of their actions, not just actions. See, there are implementers and there are strategic thinkers. Implementers are the ones that push through and do it. The strategic thinkers are the ones that tell the implementers kind of where to go. So, let's face it. Consequences could very possibly be some of the most significant things, because what happens is we are judged by the consequences, which means we're judged by our actions. I always tell Mrs. Stoner, who's a very thoughtful person and takes time to answer a question, I always say to her that she's very quiet and that she doesn't talk much. So the only way for me to evaluate and to decide what's going on in life with her is to watch what she does. So, to those of you out there who are thoughtful and quiet people, be careful what you do, because every do has a reaction to what you've done. People listen to what you do more than what you say, because it's the action that counts. Lip service versus action. So we do kind of lumber through, don't we? Life, we kind of just go through our daily routine and everything happens or doesn't happen. You shut the door too hard, it is a slam. People get irritated, okay? So think about individuals. Think about the fact that we're human beings like snowflakes and that everybody's different. If you had an action that you did where the consequences were, it was a negative thing on somebody else, that person would think bad of you potentially. So what you have to think about is your actions have consequences beyond you. What do you think of that one? You know, it'd be fun and easy and simple if all we had to worry about was ourselves. That's not true. You're driving in your car, going 55 speed limit very carefully, 500 feet behind the car in front of you. The other person driving 100, weaving in and out of traffic. Is there going to be a consequence to that? Potentially, yes. Maybe not, but potentially, yes. And a bad one to someone else. So what we have to think about is we have to use 3 words. Well, before we get to the 3 words, we have to remember that life is cyclical. We talk about it all the time. And that living in circular style life means when you get to the top of the circle, you're going around again. You have hope and opportunity, okay? Which means that you can manage consequences, think about this, even before they occur. And the 3 words, you manage those consequences before they occur by being wary, charry, and circumspect. Now, you're going to say, what 3 frickin' words are they? I went to an SAT preparation course in Central Avenue in East Orange, New Jersey, when I was probably 16 years old. The first three words up on the blackboard were Warry, Charry, and Circumspect. Wary of what's going on. Charry simply means try to be upbeat. Circumspect means cover all your bases, watch your actions and consequences. You see, oftentimes we do the very thing that gets us into the most trouble. And the only time we know we're in the most trouble is when we're slipping at the end and we're going, shit, we're in trouble. What I'm trying to do, and it's hard, what I'm trying to do is say to everybody, before you get to the slippery part, where you're saying shit, see the slippery part. You can say, oh shit, there's the slippery part, I better watch out for it. Otherwise, boom. You see, the problem is, we're in motion. And when you're in motion, there's emotion. You're moving along, everything's good, you're in the groove. You're not thinking about what's happening one step after the step, okay? You're only looking at the step. So I guess what I'm saying is look around you. Look up, down, sideways, all the ways you need to look. And make sure nothing you do, even if it's a bad thing that you're going to do, because you need to do it, is going to hurt somebody else. Okay? Consequences to ourselves, hey, you know, but consequences to others from our actions that are bad, not so good. Let's think about that as we take our dab. Consequences to others that are not good, that are negative consequences. Do you really want to do that to somebody? Do you really want to do a negative thing to somebody so they're going to have a negative result from something you did? You might not even have a positive result. It might be a negative for you too. So, Warry, Charry, and Circumspect are the three words that really do have global meaning, not just for this discussion. Our words, even our thoughts, have consequences. Think about when you go somewhere or have gone somewhere in the past to a family event, and under your skin you are thinking a certain thing about somebody, but you're not talking about it. Changes how you treat them. So your action, even though you didn't say anything, affected that interaction with another person. Remember, your actions have consequences that can hurt others. I cannot say it enough. I always tell us to protect ourselves. Well, guess what? Let's protect those around us also. Cheers. Have a great day. If you like this video, please subscribe and have a great day.